find one of our shooters at the top of the key for a wide open three to win a championship. And I trusted him, and we trusted him, and it just didn't go. You live with that. You live with that. And it's one of the best shots that we could have got, I feel, in that fourth quarter, especially down the stretch. With two guys on me, Duncan Robinson and Jimmy. And then he had a hell of a look. It just didn't go down. I know he wish he can have it again. I wish I could make a better pass. But you just live with it.
One thing I've always been comfortable with is, I felt like I was the best option on every team I played for, down the stretch. This is the first time in my career where I could look down and be like, that motherfucker can make that shot too.
Thanks for tuning in to my See the Floor film breakdown. This is the play that everybody's been talking about. And they're talking about it because the criticism on LeBron, and I don't think it's true, is that he does not have a killer instinct and he doesn't want to be the guy to shoot the shot at the end of games. And then there's the Kyrie podcast clip that I just played in the context that it kind of went viral. And I think it's funny because my initial thought was, yeah, he made the right play, but he passed it to Danny Green, who has been struggling and has kind of been the victim of some of these hilarious memes that you see on the screen right now. So my thought was, why are we now prepared to die on the hill that Danny Green should have shot the shot for series? So let's just look at some of the data. Should he have been the person to shoot the ball? So these are the stats, and you don't want to make all your opinions based on the stats, but you want to see the stats and then look at the film to see what they mean. So here we have the box score from the finals, his final stats, and the playoff stats. Now the memes have been circulating because Danny Green has struggled. In the playoffs, he's shooting 33% on almost 5.5 3-point attempts per game. In the finals, that's gone down a lot. He's only made 8 shots total, and he's shooting 25% from 3. If you look at the box score for Game 5, though, it seems like he's shooting better. He was 2 for 5 overall in the game. But the reason that's a little deceptive is because if you look at the film, that doesn't tell the whole story. So I'm going to bring up the 2 shots he took before that last shot he took for series. So right here, we have Danny Green taking a catch and shoot shot, air ball. I think at this point he was 2 for 2, and then now is 2 for 3. And then on this possession at the 4 minutes and 30-second mark, they actually run a similar play to what they tried to run for game, trying to get a switch on Hero, pick and pop, and he hits the front of the rim, which he does on the last play as well. Now, I understand Danny Green has experience in the finals, has hit big shots before, but if you go by what's happened recently in that game and then just recently throughout this playoffs, I just can't really agree that Danny Green should have been the guy shooting the shot. They had time to bring the ball out and get something else. But I do understand in an ideal world, LeBron made the right play. But there's variables to it. So let's watch the clip again. Sideline out of bounds. 1 possession left. Shot clock off. Down 1. Down 1 point. LeBron gets the ball against Jimmy Butler. Right here. Now again, we're down 1, so we just need the best shot available. It doesn't have to be a 3. Right now, we have LeBron on an isolation. Instead of just taking the ISO, we bring up Danny Green for a screen because we want to try to get Duncan Robinson to switch. Jimmy Butler's going to apply some really good ball pressure here too. So Danny Green sets the screen, but what you're going to see is LeBron's going to refuse it. because this screen came up, Duncan Robinson came up, and now we have two guys on the ball. The Heat weren't planning to double team, but they were now in the situation because there was a ball screen. And maybe the play is weird because when they ran this play that I showed earlier, Danny Green set the ball screen on the right side. This time he twists the screen, and I'm not sure if this was a read or what they planned to do, and he gets to the left side, and maybe that's why LeBron refuses. But because LeBron refuses, you're going to see him get downhill here, and he's going to draw all the defense. This right here is the frame that has kind of gone viral, where people are saying, oh, you want LeBron to shoot over a quadruple team. First of all, it's not a quadruple team. You have the two guys involved in the ball screen defense, Robinson and Butler, chasing LeBron. You have Jay Crowder stunning to help, and then you have two guys, Bam and Iggy, playing help side, simple shell drill stuff. And I think LeBron's just, I kind of feel like he's just driving to drive. Like he's not trying to get to a spot. Like he has to know Bam just blocked like Jason Tatum in one of the best playoff blocks ever. So I kind of take issue with how LeBron had elected to just like get to the paint and kind of just run into what you guys are calling a quadruple team and then making this pass. I tell the guys that I coach, you can't play thinking pass. You had to think score. You have to seem like a threat. Now, the defense is going to collapse anyway because you're LeBron, but I think that he needed to make a better effort to try to get to a scoring spot for himself first and then make the pass. But it's almost as if he was kind of just driving recklessly or driving, knowing the entire time he was going to pass it back to the shooter. So I do agree. I think that in this particular point in time, having done everything that's already happened, LeBron making the pass is the right play and pretty much the only play that he kind of gave himself by taking this drive. And that's where like I kind of just don't agree with the play call with one bringing the ball screen up, two refusing the screen, and then I'm just unhappy with it. Like there were two scoring plays that I'm going to show right after this clip finishes of LeBron attacking, being dangerous, and kind of taking Jimmy Butler one-on-one. And my initial thought, or, just like my belief, is that Jimmy Butler would have wanted to play one-on-one the entire time. If you see the first ball screen, or the ball screen in the beginning, Jimmy Butler is not taking a switch. He's fighting over, or was trying to fight over, and now he's chasing. And I also hate that Anthony Davis was uninvolved in the play at all. I kind of wish that Anthony Davis was like the screener. And I just hate the result. But let's look at some of the plays that. These are all the offensive possessions in the last 5 minutes. And I don't understand why Vogel and LeBron didn't just decide to go to this play or this play. Both plays where, it's just LeBron, ISO, try to go to work. And both times, LeBron getting to the basket was a good thing. So in the last 5 minutes, it's just like, right here, LeBron gets blocked. So, the LeBron ISO worked 2 out of 3 times. I do like LeBron being the screener here. I think that could have been an option for the last play as well. But you kind of have to live with it. And now here you just see a bunch of, LeBron making plays for his teammates, catch and shoot. I thought this play could have been the game-winning play, and I kind of live with that more than Danny Green shooting, who's been struggling. Maybe Anthony Davis was hurt. I don't know why Anthony Davis wasn't involved in the last play. But you just see a whole bunch of plays. This play was similar to the end where you're trying to get Duncan Robinson to switch. So LeBron should have seen that type of double coverage before and kind of planned for it. The defense knows that LeBron's about to drive. So, your shot should be the pull-up, or you should look to get it. Now, I understand that the analytics say that just like making the catch and shoot shot for one of your good shooters is the best play you can make. But LeBron tweeted this after CJ McCollum kind of just went to work from the mid range. Um, at the end of the game, man, you just need to get a bucket. And I'm not saying LeBron should have taken a pull up too. Part of it, I just feel like there should have been a better play call. But I think that LeBron should have one used that screen instead of rejecting it and just trying to get to a scoring spot and seeing if he can create something for himself before thinking past the entire time. Kevin Durant got a lot of flack for this quote, talking about you need isolation playoffs, end of game, and the motion offense of the Warriors, which was getting so many wins, just like doesn't work with the championship on the line. And you kind of saw that with the 3-1 lead kind of getting blown, Warriors versus Cavaliers, because there was a guy like Kyrie making plays at the end of the game that were unscoutable. And Steve Kerr agreed. Like you can look at this quote right here and see that Steve Kerr says that it's basically the truth. Like at the end of the games, you just need to go score. The way LeBron plays and the way the Warriors motion plays, like if you keep making the right play throughout the game, you'll have a 10-point lead and not need a game-winning shot more times than not. But when you do need a game-winning shot, you got to be able to go something. And more often than not, history says that it's been your best player making a play for himself. Now, the Warriors, they got better when Kevin Durant joined the squad because, they had their motion offense, and when the game was close, they just had Kevin Durant to be able to go to work. But here's LeBron in the finals when he was on the Heat against the Spurs, and he uses a screen, boom, gets a big shot, and LeBron hits a big shot. And it kind of shows that LeBron can be clutch. So I just don't understand why he doesn't go to this more often. It doesn't make sense to me. He doesn't need to shoot it every time. I just think that he needs to get to a scoring spot and he needs to look to score. And then if he can't score, make a pass. But here, this is great. LeBron should have just tried to go to this, maybe going left, using the screen, trying to get to that elbow extended area, being a threat to score. Now, this is the one clip I could find where LeBron does make a game-winning assist and the assist works. I mean, it's not the last possession in the game. There's still a whole shot clock left. So I did have to include it. But you're going to see the next few clips after this one kind of just show you how successful LeBron has been thinking, I want the game-winning assist at the end of the game. These are all the clips I could find of LeBron making or trying to make a game-winning assist. And there's just no success to it. So I know, in a theoretical world, this is the best basketball play you can make. But if there's been no sign of success with the right play working, and there's been success with the quote-unquote wrong play, I just don't see why LeBron wouldn't just, take shots as he's actually had success, making. I'm not saying, take a impossible shot, but I'm saying try to create a shot for yourself. And that's kind of why people say this guy got no moves, because LeBron, he in these moments, he takes a three or he gets all the way to cup. You got to have that in-between game to be successful in the NBA. But, just clip after clip. And they're not all catch and shoot. This George Hill one is an easy cut. LeBron wasn't even thinking score on that play. It's kind of frustrating to watch, actually. But Yeah, I just think LeBron needs to think score because thinking pass has not led to success. Unless there's a clip that I don't know of or I can't find or I forgot about. So if there is, just please let me know. Like theoretically, we should be driving solar powered cars, but there's variables that doesn't allow us to do that because it's not financially feasible compared to gas cars. But we keep saying make the right play, and the right play again, it gets you a 10-point lead, so you don't need a game-winning shot. But with the game on the line, this quote-unquote right play, there just hasn't been success to it. But there has been success to what is the wrong play. So maybe the wrong play is the right play. I don't know. You tell me, man. But just play after play of this not working. I think LeBron did a good job of being more dangerous here, but as soon as he turned the corner, he was thinking pass on that one, just like Kyle Korver miss. Um, this is the one play where it does work. This was early in LeBron's career. But if you watch the play, so LeBron gets the ball here. Now, this is sending a double. They actually sent two guys at LeBron. Pass, one more pass. Damon Jones, game winner. So here in the last play, and I'm going to play it again, LeBron gets the ball, and they don't send the double at him. Jimmy Butler wants this challenge. Jimmy Butler, makes him work. But because Danny Green comes up to set the screen, the Lakers kind of invite a double team to come, which Miami wasn't really planning to do. This was just ball screen defense. And again, I wish that this was just Anthony Davis involved in the ball screen instead, and maybe, agree with the play call a little bit more. But I just can't agree that this was the right play call or the right play. It was the right pass, and theoretically, the quote-unquote right play, but the right play never works. Now, a lot of people will bring up Kobe and Michael saying, well, they made the pass. They wouldn't shoot every time. And this play particularly, this is the play that they talk about because Kobe passed it to Ron Artest, and Ron Artest hit the big shot. But if you look, there's a minute left. They ran a double at Kobe, and Kobe made the right play. This wasn't the last possession of the game, so it's not exactly the same thing. All right. We have a few more Kobe clips as well. I wish the replay would show Kobe getting that double to start off. But here's the start of that replay again. If you see, Rasheed Wallace is clearly making an effort to leave his man and double Kobe Bryant. So in this case, Kobe makes the right play because, they actually sent a double at him, so he made the pass. Here we have Kobe driving against the Blazers, and he's thinking score. Look, he goes all the way to the end, sees that charge attempt, and then makes the pass to Robert Horry. Robert Horry makes a big shot. That's the right play, like undeniably, because one, Kobe is trying to score. Look, Kobe is making the move, trying to score, and then he sees that charge, and maybe the pass was by accident, it was a bailout pass, but you have to be thinking score. They don't even bring up that Robert Horry shot when they say, oh, Kobe passed to Horry. Like, this wasn't a pass to Horry. Like, they bring this up all the time that Horry hit a big shot. Well, no, this was a big tap out by Vlade Divac, and Robert Horry, takes and makes a big shot here. Not the same thing. And then they say that Jordan passed it to Paxson. Well, okay, and this is one of the shots that Paxson hits. And actually, Jordan was the inbounder. Scottie Pippen passes it to Grant, and then Grant makes that pass to Paxson. And then Paxson makes the big shot. So, that was the right play because, press break shot. Game on the line. So that's one of the times that making the right play actually worked. But the sample size is getting bigger and showing that this works less and less. But there's so many plays where, the best player just gets the ball and just tries to shoot. This is, after this replay, we're going to see the other Paxson shot. And if you watch this shot, Jordan is thinking score. Like he is trying to make that shot for himself, the best player in the world at the time, right? He's trying to keep the defense honest and trying to score, wants to take the heat, right? So he goes, he gets there, no options, three guys on him. He makes the pass. That's the right play. He hits Paxson for the shot. Paxson makes it. All right, but yeah, we'll watch on the replay one more time. Look, Jordan is driving. He's done everything he can to make a shot for himself, and then draws the defense, and then makes the pass. That's fundamentally different to me than what LeBron does, where LeBron just honestly he's looking to pass on his shots or his last possessions, and that's maybe why what Kyrie said, like it was out of context, but it makes sense a little bit. Like LeBron doesn't want to be the last guy shooting a shot, and that's not a knock on him, but LeBron is exponentially better when he has somebody else who can make the big shot consistently and wants to take the big shot consistently. LeBron has shown that he wants to make the pass, and LeBron has just shown just the ability to be clutch. I just there's just not much evidence that shows that what he says is the right play at the end of the game works. But what we do have is all types of footage. Here's a clip right here, and it's not a perfect example but it's still LeBron scoring on Jimmy Butler for game with a second left. I know it's a little different than having to wind the clock down with 16 seconds to go, but LeBron's shown the ability to be able to take and make the shot no matter how hard it is. And this clip happens this year where LeBron takes it down and scores against the Clippers. So I don't know, man. I think I'd rather have LeBron take the tough shot. But listen, if you made it to the end of this 20-minute video, thank you for listening. Please give me feedback. I want to discuss this. I want to have conversations about this. Again, the conversation isn't that LeBron isn't clutch. It's that I'd rather LeBron shoot the shot than Danny Green. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel, I guess, because I'm starting it. And thanks for tuning in.